Okay, so in Unit 2, you were building empathy, meaning you were really getting to know the athletes that you were going to be designing for. Now that you've got a sense of who those athletes are and what you've been asked to do, you need to define your problem statement. So before you start to think about solutions, I know it's kind of fun to think about what you might design already, you need to narrow it down and have a problem statement that really shows, like, based off of what I'm hearing, this is a need that I hear needs to be filled. So then you can start to figure out what you're going to design. So Unit 3 is really meant to help you define your problem statement. Again, this is a very similar scientific way of thinking. This is how scientists think. They see a problem, or they make an observation, they kind of see a problem or something that they need to work on to answer or solve, and then they start to go through the testing and designing process. So very scientific way of thinking that you are doing in this unit. But what we need to do is ground you a little bit more in some scientific concepts that you can learn from and understand in order to start to do your ideate phase and your design phase. So Unit number 3 is meant to help you define your problem statement. So here's your scenario for unit number 3. You're in preparation for the final interview. You've done the research that Nike has asked you to do to build empathy for the athletes you are designing for. Now you need to take what you've learned from the athletes and continue the design thinking process by sharpening your key questions and defining your problem statement. All right, so that's what we're doing in Unit 3. So to help you sharpen your key questions and define your problem statements, this unit's going to take you through a more science-focused research process. You've practiced scientific ways of thinking and analyzing in the first 2 units. Now you'll take what you've learned while building empathy and start to add concrete science concepts into the design thinking process. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to have a Gizmos lab that's going to teach you about the concept of homeostasis. I prepared just a little short intro video for you to give you some background on it. And then you're going to learn about homeostasis and thermal regulation in this Gizmos lab. Then you get to do some product research. You're going to think about that science, think about what science athletes have been asking for, and you're actually going to start to research what science products are out there on the market already that you might look at redesigning or adding to in order to help the athletes in what you're hearing they need. And then at the very end, you're going to define your problem statement. So you're going to use that objective language focus that you practice in Unit 2 to really help you say, this is the problem I'm looking to solve. And then the last thing you'll do is complete this mastery check. Again, it's going to kind of take all these pieces of what you're doing in Unit 3, help you refine your problem statement so that you're ready to get on to Unit number 4, which will be kind of a fun artistic design phase. So that's what you're going to do in Unit 3. Again, to check out those progress trackers, use them if it helps you. It's a tool for you to use. Keep track of things in the notes. This is a quick view of what it will look like in Schoology for you. Again, this is like my teacher view, so yours might appear a little bit different. But I've got this overview page for you, and then you'll start to get into that homeostasis Gizmos lab. You'll research soccer products, and then define your problem statements. The assignments are really clearly laid out, I think, but of course, what you if you need help with any of it, for sure reach out, especially if you haven't done a Gizmos labs before. Most students have, but for some students it's new, and so I do kind of give you instructions on how to access the Gizmos lab on Clever. But if you get caught up with anything, absolutely reach out. I'm here to help. But I hope you like this one. We're going to ground you a little bit more in science to bring you forward into that design phase that you're about to do.